Ladies and gentlemen, it was always predicted to be a very close fight in Jharkhand. And if you look at the exit poll numbers that have come in, at least 4 of them, and do an average out, then it seems that Jharkhand is heading towards a hung assembly. 41 is the majority mark, 81 seats in the assembly. The BJP plus alliance at 38. This is what the poll of polls is predicting. The Jharkhand Mukti Morcha-led alliance, which is under the India umbrella, is at 39. Others are at 4, which means it is looking like the tight race it was predicted to be if these numbers hold. A quick look at the reactions coming in. We, of course, have the BJP that has completely rejected all exit polls and is saying they are well poised for a comfortable win in the state.
प्राप्त संकेत और विन एजेंसियों से जो जानकारी अभी तक लिए हैं, तो हम कह सकते हैं भारतीय जनता पार्टी और एनडीए गठबंधन को बढ़त है और हम सब मिल करके झारखंड में एक सरकार बनाएंगे।
महिलाओं जो ठान लेती है वो करके दिखाती है। इस चुनाव में महिलाओं ने, झारखंड की महिलाओं ने ठान लिया है कि बदलाव करेंगे। यहाँ पर जो रोटी बेटी और माटी की सवाल है, तो इसके लिए सब आगे आए। हम एक रहेंगे, साथ रहेंगे, तभी सेफ रहेंगे। ये संकल्प के साथ सभी चल रहे हैं और आने वाले 23 तारीख को जब रिजल्ट निकलेगा तो हम सभी देखेंगे ही किस तरह से बदलाव का जो मूड लेकर के सब आगे बढ़े हैं, तो कितनी बड़ी बदलाव होती है और उस दिन हम लोग को देखने के लिए मिलेगा।
देखिए, ये एग्जिट पोल पर हम लोग विश्वास नहीं करते हैं। पिछली बार आपने लोकसभा चुनाव में देखा कि कहाँ कुछ हुआ कुछ, और इस तरह से हर चुनाव में किसी पर्टिकुलर किसी गठबंधन की तरफ जो रुझान दिखाया जाता है, ये टीवी चैनल में आजकल इस तरह की चीज़ें आ रही हैं जिसका कोई औचित्य नहीं है। वो जनता चुपचाप अपना वोट करती है और ये सब आंकड़ों से हम बिल्कुल इत्तेफाक नहीं रखते हैं। बहुमत बिल्कुल हमारे जो इंडिया गठबंधन को दिया है, जेएमएम और कांग्रेस, राजद और वाम दलों की सरकार बनने वाली है।
A.S. Deol is spokesperson of the Jharkhand Mukti Morcha. He is joining us on the broadcast. Kamruzaman Chaudhary continues to be with us. Mr. Deol, it's a very interesting situation where the BJP is rejecting these exit poll numbers and the JMM is also rejecting exit poll numbers. You seem to be on the same page as far as exit polls are concerned, but only and only for Jharkhand.
At least we have something in common, basically. And I think the buck stops here. Nothing else is common. See, exit poll, what are they? Basically, they try to predict what the people have decided. But basically, what they do is they undermine the intelligence and wisdom of the people. Democracy is not about the numbers on the screen. It's about numbers on the screen. It is like till the final vote is counted. So basically, once I do agree, in the past, we gave some credibility to the exit polls, but over the period, because of the personal biases and agendas, just that level of confidence in them has eroded. And we have seen for the last 3 or 4 elections, the central government election and the state elections. So yeah, it's not, you were repeatedly saying we should take it with a pinch of salt. It's not pinch, it should be a bucket of salt, basically. Pinch is no longer relevant here. And we are very confident of Jharkhand and see the hypocrisy of BJP. The same Ladli Behan Yojana, the Maiya Saman Yojana of Jharkhand, and they expect of the women of Jharkhand not to vote for JMM, but expect the same woman in Maharashtra to vote for them. So I don't know, I don't understand, I fail to see the logic behind their rationale. So we are very confident and...
But Mr. Deol, the fact is...
yeah.
But Mr. Deol, the fact is that the BJP did mount a very spirited campaign. We know that the videos that they had posted, the polarizing videos that they had posted about Bangladeshi immigrants were taken down by the Election Commission ultimately. But the fact is that they did go viral in Jharkhand. The fact is that the BJP did try and play on the fear of Bangladeshi immigrants coming into Jharkhand and taking away tribal resources and property. They played into the insecurities of Hindus in Jharkhand as well. So to that count, they did mount a very successful campaign. Many people can argue if these numbers hold.
See, these numbers will not hold. And thank you for bringing in that topic. This is how things work with when election commission is on their side. They post a very damning video or a social media post. And when complained, the election commission did not take a suo motu cognizance. We complained and then it was taken down. Today in UP, we have seen. What is the point of suspending the policeman? Once the harm is done, is done. But the best part in Jharkhand is the people of Jharkhand have come out and they have voted in numbers to teach these guys not to play this divisive politics anymore. And you will be amazed to know the very affidavit filed by the Ministry of Home Affairs in the Jharkhand High Court clearly says that there is no relation of any land dealings, any land taken away from the tribals related to Bangladeshi infiltrators. This is the Ministry of Home Affairs saying under oath to the Jharkhand High Court. And these guys post such videos on.
That is fine.
And make it viral,
Mr. Deol, but as we say, never let facts come in the way of a good headline. For the BJP, that's exactly what they are doing, or maybe doing facts. Jo bhi ho, you write a really good headline and spin a narrative that will work for you. But that is what politicians are supposed to do. And that is what political parties do to win elections. It is what it is. Can I get in Mr. Chaudhary here for a minute on Jharkhand? Mr. Chaudhary, it's all very well for, the JMM to reject these exit polls. It's all very well for the Congress party to reject these exit polls. It's all very well for the BJP also to reject these exit polls. But these exit polls are giving you a rough picture, and the picture they are giving you in Jharkhand is pretty much what was being predicted, that it is going to be a very close and tight race.
Shreya, one thing I can say tonight is exit polls in India are like the Bollywood trailers. Lots of drama, big twists, and everyone has their own version of the ending. But the box office, that is the counting day, decides the real hit. That's all I can say about the exit polls. There are a lot of factors in these elections, both in Maharashtra and JMM. I've been working very closely with my JMM political friends out there and the Congress party in Jharkhand also. And I'm seeing a very, very different picture that has been portrayed over the last 2 months from Jharkhand particularly and in Maharashtra. First, coming to Jharkhand, let me say, where the exit poll majority of them have failed to take into account is the new electoral force that is born in Jharkhand, that of JLKM led by Tiger Jairam Mahto. He is supposed to be cutting into around 8 to 10% of the vote share, and he is not cutting that of the UPA. He is cutting that of the BJP, because the anti-JMM Congress combined vote share is being cut, which was supposed to go to the BJP is going to the Jairam Mahto's party. There is one factor important in Jharkhand. Moreover, there is a very big X factor this time after Hemant Soren was taken into jail, was the emergence of Kalpana Soren as a star campaigner for these elections. She had an X factor and an appealing voice and an appealing personality among the voters of Jharkhand, and particularly this might be a clinching edge for the Congress and the JMM combined to form the government in Jharkhand. I don't reject any of the exit polls out here, and I believe Mr. Pradeep Gupta of the Axis My India polls has taken these factors to come to such a conclusions why other pollsters have failed and why he has predicted in the different direction. That's my take on the Jharkhand polls. And if you permit me, may I take another 10 seconds on the Maharashtra polls? In Maharashtra, the fight between
Give me 10 seconds then. Give me 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Give me 10 seconds because let me put the Maharashtra numbers there so that people understand what you're talking about. We've spoken about Jharkhand, where the poll of polls is predicting a hung house. It's an interesting situation emerging in the state of Jharkhand, but this was predicted. Maharashtra again was predicted to be a very close race. Is that how it's turning out to be? The exit polls seem to suggest it. There's a clear edge to the BJP and its allies, which is the Mahayuti alliance, currently in power with 150. 145 is the majority mark, which means they're just about in a position to form the government if these numbers hold and if you believe these numbers. And as far as the Congress and its allies are concerned, well, they are at 129. So again, the picture is not very clear in Maharashtra, and given that it's an open election with all possibilities open, with the factions, with the various factions of the Shiva Sena and the NCP, there's a possibility they could switch to either side. Who knows what's going to happen? The picture not clear in Maharashtra either. But yes, now that we have the numbers on our screens, go ahead, Mr. Chaudhary.
Yeah, Shreya, in Maharashtra, the battle between Mahavikas Aghadi versus the Mahayuti in Maharashtra is a Mahakhichdi right now. Why I say this, all the voters of Maharashtra are in a bit confused state right now. And which has led to this conflicting pollsters analysis tonight that is you are showing on the screen out here. What depends on the Maharashtra polls where 6 major parties are fighting the election this time. The most important factor in these elections will be the transfer of votes between the alliance partners. And that is a very big confusing thing that we have seen during the Lok Sabha elections also. They were confused which Shinde Sena, what is Shinde Sena, what is the Uddhav Thackeray Sena, what is Ajit Pawar's NCP, and what these are the confusing signals that were coming out. Apart from the polarizing issues, apart from the development issues that were there, but the most important thing that I told you is the introduction of the Ladli Behna scheme in Maharashtra. If Ladli Behna scheme had helped the Mahayuti in this election, I believe it will be too early to say, because the local pollsters of Maharashtra, like the Bhaskar and the Lokshahi Marathi, they are giving numbers in favor of the Mahavikas Aghadi. So I believe the pollsters who are doing the job are as well confused as the voters as of now in Maharashtra, and it is a very close call. And I believe the way in which Congress has sacrificed most of its aspiring seats rather in favor of the alliance will be a tiebreaker in the final results that is going to come in. And most importantly, the Mahavikas Aghadi has been able to get to the voters this thought, the transfer of wealth, resources, of factories, jobs from Maharashtra to Gujarat. This is the most important factor, along with the Maratha reservation issue that has been playing along the voters' mind. And I believe these are going to be the factors on the 23rd when the ballot boxes open.
Let's see if these numbers hold. But the fact is the Maharashtra election had no major mudda. It had no major narrative. And that these elections, at least reports from the ground coming in seem to suggest, were fought constituency to constituency and booth to booth and candidate to candidate. But Dr. Uday, Mr. Chaudhary has brought in, Mr. Ajmera is nodding his head and saying, nahi, ye bilkul galat hai, but I just want to get in Uday ji here. Dr. Uday, there's a very interesting point that Kamru Chaudhary is bringing to our attention, and that is something that is on our screens as well. That there are local publications and media houses that are giving the edge as far as the exit polls are concerned to the Mahavikas Aghadi. And national polls are giving the edge, if you look at the numbers, to the Mahayuti. Ye kaise?
Yes, I'm aware of these publications and I'm constantly following them on my mobile. But the point which I made, again, I repeat here, is that the melting point, the further breaking point of these breakaway groups is now easily attainable by any poachable strong entity. Now with these all 4 parties, be it Uddhav Thackeray, be it Sharad Pawar Gat, be it Eknath Shinde Gat, be it Ajit Pawar Gat, now scoring little less or much less than what they were there, they can further break away with, suppose if somebody is getting 20 seats, it's easy to break 12 to 13 and then go and cross across to the other party. But the most important point apart from this, I would like to point out here is what Devendra Fadnavis raised is percentage of voting. And I guess he being a deputy chief minister, he has better access and faster access to the numbers than what we have, because I don't see election commission at this point of time at 2046 even giving the correct numbers. But if the voting percentage has gone up by 3 to 5% as he was indicating, then it could be in favor of Mahayuti and that Ladli Bahan Yojana. Now here I would like to point out to the Jharkhand Mukti Morcha representative on the panel is that how come it works in Maharashtra and not in Jharkhand Mukti Morcha. Same thing happened in Lok Sabha, where in Telangana and Andhra, Mr. Reddy doled out so much of money in terms of similar scheme, but it was not attached by three things. One essential is the credible face of the CM. Second, party mechanism to get in touch with these Labharthis. And number three, on the last day, electioneering, micromanagement to get them out of the home and make vote. Now, on these three counts, Eknath Shinde and Devendra Fadnavis scores way ahead of any other competitors in Maharashtra, where they have made the best out of Ladli Behna scheme, not just by giving them the money, but making them vote for themselves. And if this 3 to 5% increase in the vote is the reality, then it's the women which you have been referring, 2.8 crore women, they would be voting in favor of them. So that's the point. But again, a party and a combined which was trailing by 186 seats in Lok Sabha, brought down to Vidhan Sabha, now scoring about 150 or 160 seats, is a major shift in Maharashtra politics. So, in all, I would say
but
that actual elections will take place.
But we already know that India votes differently for Lok Sabha elections and differently for state elections. History tells us that states across India vote differently in Lok Sabha elections and state elections. So the comparison may not be fair.
Yes, I'm raising this point because Mahavikas Aghadi is banking on that Lok Sabha results which was in favor. And the 2 points which I raised is that in India, Andhra Pradesh election always takes place with Lok Sabha elections, and never even once Lok Sabha and Andhra Vidhan Sabha have coincided. Same with Orissa, as you will see. So in Maharashtra, even though it's just within 6 months, which is they call it as honeymoon period in psephology, it's going to be a different case at this point of time as it looks. It's going to be a photo finish. But if the voting percent, I repeat, if the voting percent has increased by 3 to 5%, then it's a clean undercurrent towards Mahayuti.
You're right. Devendra Fadnavis, being the Deputy Chief Minister, may have more information on the voting percentage. 1 minute, Mr. Ajmera. I'll let you in as far as the polling percentage is concerned. But I'm a little surprised that all we have right now is the polling percentage till 5 o'clock. And I believe the updated figures, Dr. Uday, will only come out tomorrow. So that's an interesting turn of events as well. But yes, if the voting percentage has gone up, will it necessarily benefit the incumbent? That is what Devendra Fadnavis is claiming. But Pranay Ajmera, go ahead. You wanted to make a point.
Shreya ji, I don't want to go personally on Uday sir, but I am not actually agreeing with his analysis, ma'am. The voting percentage is just not a matter to be, taken into consideration right now. As you rightly pointed out, polling is still going in many polls in the entire state. The final figures are yet to come out. What are the final figures is something which we will get to know probably tomorrow by afternoon. You must remember, in the last Lok Sabha polls also, the final polling figures got out a little late. And that is what makes the basis of any calculation. As far as calculation in the Maharashtra is concerned, the election was amongst 4 parties. It was BJP, Shinde Sena, NCP Ajit Pawar versus Mahavikas Aghadi. We contested as one. We were not different. And our votes transferred to each other in every constituency, and that is something you will get to know in the on 23rd. Ma'am, we were not a divided team. The full form of what the word team is together each achieves more. And we will all be winning a lot more seats than what is expected by different pollsters, this media houses, and research analysts. Let me tell you again with the strongest conviction, 165 plus is the figure.
We'll see. So far, as I said, the edge is to the Mahayuti. The edge is towards the BJP-led alliance in the state, which is ruling the state right now under Eknath Shinde. Mr. Chaudhary, you wanted to come in. You had raised your point. You had raised your finger. Please go ahead.
One very important fun fact update that is coming in, I wanted to share to the panel and your viewers. You know, all the resorts, all the hotels in Guwahati have been instructed to vacate all their guests to get ready for the 23rd evening. And Adani 1 is waiting in the Mumbai airport. That's the fun fact update.
अच्छा नहीं ये तो आपने अपने मन से अभी फन फैक्ट अपडेट कर लिया टू टेक चुटकी. आई वांट टू आस्क यू, इज इट फॉर झारखंड?
No. Jharkhand is one-sided.
And who has made these bookings? Because when it comes to resort politics, na, koi piche nahi hai. BJP is not piche, and Congress is also not piche.
We play on the front foot, and I believe.
But of course, the Congress will not take their MLAs to Assam. That's harakiri.
Yeah. No, we have got Telangana, we have got this thing also, Karnataka, so it's not an issue. But I believe the resort politics is going to come on the 23rd. Yeah, it's going to be hung in both the states, ma'am. That's my honest prediction. And it's going to be hell of a time over the next week.
Okay, which means both parties have already gotten in touch with makemytrip.com to see kaun sa hotel mil sakta hai. Yes, Asif Bhamla, go ahead.
नहीं, मुझे तो समझ नहीं आ रहा है हमारे कांग्रेस स्पोक्स पर्सन के पास इतनी जानकारी है.
I'm not a spokesperson, sir. I'm not a spokesperson.
He should be credited to.
I'm not a spokesperson, sir. Please don't link me with any political party in this panel.
Congress. Anybody who defends
because I defend an ideology.
नहीं ठीक है, but no, I have no issues on that. You are more than welcome. But मेरा कहने का सिर्फ और सिर्फ एक ही मतलब है कि जब वोटिंग परसेंटेज बड़ा होता है और ज्यादा होता है तो इट इज डेफिनेटली एडवांटेज बीजेपी. और ये आप लोग देखोगे, अभी एग्जैक्ट आंकड़ेवाड़ी हमारी आई नहीं है परसेंटेजेस की, लेकिन मैं आपको बता दूं कि I know our anchor was very enthusiastic to know कि भाई हम लोग किसी बात पर अगर हमारे फेवर में नहीं है तो एग्री नहीं करते. So I want to also come back to tell you to tell Shreya that exit polls are not exact polls, and we have seen that in the Lok Sabha election also. We have also seen that in the last two states election also. So we as a party are only creating a basis and a report card on an analytic manner for the work that we have conducted on the past 2.5 years. In spite of the earlier 2.5 years, that when there was a lull moment, when the situation was not too but I'm sure the mahila, the yuva, the labhartis and the sabka saath sabka vikas ka jo ek agenda lekar hum chale hain, तो booth wise or booth to booth, and like you already mentioned it, constituency to constituency, demographics are different, and I am sure these difference in demographics, because the winning percentage is also going to be very less. जैसे पहले होता था किसी ने 50,000 से जीत लिया, किसी ने लाखों से जीत लिया, तो वो परिस्थिति अब नहीं होगी क्योंकि
the point is what was the vote share difference in the last election, which is the Lok Sabha election, between the two alliances? Only 1%. So the race is tight, but for the moment, the edge is towards the ruling Mahayuti. That is what the exit polls are showing. As far as Jharkhand is concerned, ladies and gentlemen,
give me 30 seconds.
The difference is that race. It was.
I have a fun fact to contribute. Shreya ji.
Achha, my producer is saying wind up fun fact only in 5 seconds.
Yes, Shreya ji, just known after Diwali, me and my wife was in Goa. And when we were staying in a property, the manager came to us and he was very, when he got to know that I'm into politics and political spokesperson, he was very sad because he was of the view that a strong and stable government is coming to power in Maharashtra, and that's why they would be losing a lot of business. This is a fun fact. This is fact. Fun, though funny, but it is a fact.
Okay. Udayji, 5 seconds and over. No more time.
I just got SMS from one of the leading 5-star hotels in Mumbai that they are offering a package, full night stay, full day stay, and a mirror now on a big screen with a 50,000 package per day, and it's going to get sold out, I'm told. That's the drama for next 3 days.
Okay, Shyam. Yes, we are anticipating drama for the next 3-4 days, maybe beyond as well, because Maharashtra's politics is complete khichdi. Now, khichdi is good for you when you are sick, but otherwise, who wants to eat khichdi? We all want to eat biryani. We were hoping for a quiet Sunday. I don't think that is going to happen, ladies and gentlemen. There'll be more than enough action on Saturday. Will the results be clear? Will these numbers hold for Jharkhand and Maharashtra? We do not know, but we have put out for you over the last 2.5 hours what the poll of polls and exit polls are telling us this evening. We leave it there for the moment. Gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us. It was good to have you on the show, good to get your perspective. With that, ladies and gentlemen, it's a wrap from me. Thanks for watching. We have news and updates right here coming up at the top of 9 with Shreya Dhoundial. Do stay with us.